Hello students, hope you all are fine at your home. Today we will start our new chapter, that is language of chemistry. See, in this chapter what you will study what is symbol and how many elements are there, how to identify the symbol, what do you mean by symbol, then how any compound is to be written, how a chemical equation is to be written, what is the characteristic of chemical equation, or what is the characteristic of chemical changes. So we will start from our first topic, that is symbol. Now, as we know, there are total 118 elements present on surface of Earth, and all these elements are having their own name. Now, just to identify or just to write the shorthand of that names or shorthand of the names of elements, we need a symbol. Such as a simple example, ki hydrogen. Now, hydrogen is having symbol H. Means a short form of any element is called as symbol. Such as chlorine. Chlorine is having Cl. Calcium. Calcium is having Ca. So you can say the shorthand writing of any element is called as symbol. Now, as these short forms are used to identify symbol, like the same way molecular formula is used to identify the compounds. Molecular formula, just for writing molecular formula, you need to learn valency chart. The valency chart will be attached with this video. You have to learn it. How to write a formula is, suppose when you will go through the valency chart, there will be two types of valency, positive and negative valency. And valency means the number of electrons donated or accepted from the valence shell just to have a nearest noble gas configuration is called as valency. So, sum of elements donates electron, they acquire positive charge. The number of electron they donate, the same number of charges they gain. Sum of element accepts electron. And the elements which accepts electron, the number of electron they accept, the same charge they will be having. Now after that we used to do a cross multiplication, then there is a formation of a formula, and this formula used to identify the compound. One more example is, such as sodium is having +1, NO3 it is nitrate, this is having -1. After doing cross multiplication we will get NaNO3. Now this NaNO3 will be the formula of compound sodium nitrate. As these two are there, now if suppose any equation is given, in general if I say when hydrogen reacts with oxygen, it's give water. So if we will write this equation in a form of simple form, in a form of these formulas, such as when hydrogen reacts with oxygen, they form water. Now this type of equation is called as word equation. This type of equation is called as word equation. Now if I write this equation into its simple form, then it will be called as unbalanced equation. Now as we have studied word equation and unbalanced equation, now we will go through the reaction. Okay, what is reaction? Whenever any reaction takes place, as already I told you in one example, when hydrogen reacts with oxygen, it forms water. Now when the reaction takes place, there are different characteristics. What are the characteristics of a chemical reaction? Characteristic of chemical reaction. Now there are various characteristics. First characteristic is evolution of gas. Second characteristic is change of color. Fourth characteristic is change of precipitate. Third is change of precipitate. Fourth is change of state. And fifth one is energy change. So we will discuss one by one. As first is change of color. First is change of color. Now if we will take one example, here you can take example as CuSO4 plus H2S, hydrogen sulfide, gives out CuS plus H2SO4. Now in this case what happened? The CuSO4 is blue in color, and after reaction takes place it changes to black color, copper sulfide. Okay, you just see the change of color takes place. Second example, you can take CuCO3. When it is heated, it changes to CuO plus CO2. Now in this case we are giving heating condition, and further this copper chloride, which is green in color, that changes to black color, copper oxide. Now you just see, before reaction the color of this substance is something other. After reaction takes place, it changes the color. It means it is a characteristic of a chemical reaction where it comes under the condition of change of color. Second condition, we will see evolution of gas. Evolution of gas. First example, where zinc reacts with H2SO4 forms ZnSO4 and hydrogen gas. Now you see, whenever color change takes place, you have to identify the color. Whenever the evolution of gas change takes place, you have to identify which is the gas, and you have to identify it with up-headed arrow, such as see I have noted here. Second example you can take here, where CaCO3, when it is heated, it changes to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. Now you see this carbon dioxide gas is coming out, means up-headed arrow will be there. Third example you can take, where a simplest, this one only you can take, for this example you can take, where copper sulfide reacts with H2SO4 and there is formation of copper sulfate and pungent smell of H2S is released. So this is also a gas, see up-headed arrow is there. It means whatever the characteristics are there, the condition you have to identify which one is the change of color, which one is the evolution of gas. These two parts are the characteristic of chemical reactions. Rest I am going to discuss. Third characteristic is formation of precipitate. Third characteristic is formation of precipitate. Now precipitate means whenever we take two liquids, two soluble liquids, suppose if I take one is AgNO3, if I take first substance is AgNO3. Now I will dissolve this AgNO3 into solution, into water, and I will prepare solution of it. Then I will take sodium chloride. I will take salt, then I will dissolve this salt in water, I will again make solution. Now if two solution you are taking, further you are mixing these solution such that there is a formation of two new products while exchanging the radicals, such as this Na combined with NaNO3 forms NaNO3, plus this silver combines with chlorine and forms AgCl, where this AgCl is a precipitate. Either you identify with down-headed arrow, or you can write simply PPT. Okay, here PPT represents precipitate, not power point. So either you can identify by down-headed arrow or you can write PPT. This is the first example for formation of precipitate. Let us take the second example, where you can take ferrous sulfate plus sodium hydroxide. Here you will get sodium sulfate plus FeOH whole twice. Now this FeOH whole twice will be your precipitate, and it will be dirty green in color. Means it will be easily identified to you. It will be just settled down to the beaker or the apparatus where you will do the reaction. It will be dirty in green in color, and here you will get white color precipitate. So this is the third characteristic, formation of precipitate, where you will take two solutions. Further you will mix this solution and you will get two new products, where out of that one product will be definitely one precipitate, which will be collected at the bottom or settled at the bottom of the beaker or the apparatus where you will do the reaction. Now let us go through the fourth one. Next characteristic is change of state. Fourth characteristic is change of state. Change of state. Now this characteristic means the substance which you will take for a reactant part, that will be having some other state. After the reaction takes place when the product form, it will be in some other state. Simplest example, hydrogen. This hydrogen is gaseous in state plus oxygen. This oxygen is also gaseous in state. After the reaction they form water, and now this water is liquid in state. Second example is ammonia. Ammonia, that is NH3. This is gaseous in state plus HCl. HCl is hydrochloric acid, that is also gaseous in state. When they both react, there is formation of ammonium chloride, and this ammonium chloride is solid in state. Means you just see you are taking some other product of some other substance having different states, but after the formation of a product they form there some new state. Next, fifth is energy change. Now this energy change is of two types. One is exothermic reaction or exothermic change. Exothermic, second one is endothermic. See from the word exo. Exo means energy is going out. Means in this case or in this type of energy change, whenever the energy comes out of any reaction, that is called as exothermic reaction. Simple example is when calcium oxides reacts with water, it forms calcium hydroxide. Okay. Now in this case energy is released. So therefore it is called as exothermic reaction. Second is endothermic reaction. Endo. Word endo means coming inside. So therefore it is called as endothermic reaction, where a simple example is a nitrogen plus oxygen. There is need of 3000 degrees Celsius, the energy which is absorbed, and further they form outside. Okay. Now children, this is all about this chapter. Once you go through the chapter, see whatever the difficulties you will be having. Then after, try to find out or try to categorize this characteristic. Means try to categorize different reaction into their own characteristics, such as whatever the different characteristics I told you.